This March, Kensington Prairie Farms had their annual alpaca shearing. This kind of happens every year alongside with so many other farms. They take their animals and shear them and get rid of all their beautiful wool to get them ready to go from winter cold season to summer hot. So by the way, hi, if you're new here, my name is Ev and I like to talk all about knitting, spinning, and fiber related content on this channel. This year, I've decided to go to the farm and visit them while they do this. They kind of host a little event for friends and families. Anybody who wants to go, you can buy a ticket and just go witness the annual alpaca shearing. It's a very fun, cute, small gathering. I had previously been 2 years ago when I wasn't a spinner, but I was an avid knitter only. Now that I've opened up the world of fiber spinning, I decided to go with a spinner's mind. So before I head out, I'm actually wearing today my Cumulus Tee. Now this is a pattern by PetiteKnit, but it was also actually knit in Kensington Prairie Farms yarn that I picked up 2 years ago when I first visited the farm. This yarn originally was a lace weight yarn in a cone form, and it was 100% baby alpaca. It was dyed in this beautiful, beautiful blue. I actually really like this yarn. I've also used it to knit my Elisabeth blouse, but that one was 3 strands held together. This yarn was supposed to be used for weaving, but I've been using it for knitting and I still have a little bit left after knitting these 2 beautiful tops. So that's what I'm wearing today. Now let's just go to the farm and watch some really cute alpacas get naked. One of my favorite things about the farm is that as soon as you park your car and get out, there's alpacas eating. And on the other side, there were these chatty ladies. They were so funny, you could hear them throughout the entire farm. But the main reason why we were here was actually for the alpacas. They just look so cute, all sheared and naked. I think that these ones were sheared the day before. This was on the inside of the barn. They had a little market going on with local vendors, but this is where the main event was happening, and here one of the alpacas was being tied down on the table to get sheared. They have to tie them down for their safety, and I was actually really impressed with the amount of people needed to shear an alpaca. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You really want the alpaca to feel safe. You want it to be protected because the clippers are sharp. They're so cute with their long sticky necks. I like the farm because not only do they have alpacas, but they have chickens and other animals, and this one I was obsessed with. They also have a turkey, and I got so excited when the turkey started coming towards us because I thought that it was going to be really cute, but can I just tell you, turkeys smell bad. They smell so bad. They were also able to get a dromadaire last year, or a camel. So they have 1 camel. And they also have Angora rabbits. They do sell their fur. I think you have to email them. But they do shear. Is it shearing if it's Angora? I don't know. But anyways, they do have a couple Angora rabbits. I kept wondering why so many alpacas were covered in bedding, and this is why. Look at them. Ugh. I think this one might have been my favorite alpaca. Like, look at it. What is going on inside his head? Or her head? There's like not one thought. Hello? Hello? I don't know what I was gonna say. It's been a couple days since going to the farm. Things are gonna get messy, guys. It's gonna happen. My house is gonna become a mess, and I'm here for it. I have raw wool that needs to be washed. Let's talk about it. Going to Kensington Prairie Farms, I didn't know that I would be walking away with 2 full fleeces from the alpacas that day. I wanted to go there and buy some wool to spin, but I was kind of expecting to end up picking up some of their already prepped or washed wool from the previous shearing season. But when I was there, I saw that they had the station to shear, and then they also had a station where they were kind of grading the wool, separating it into bags, and weighing it to send over to mills for fiber prep. So the way the farm works is they shear their alpacas and then they'll send the wool to a mill to prep and spin into yarn, wash, or send back as roving, and just they don't handle it themselves. They send it to somewhere else because they aren't equipped for that. They just raise the alpacas and shear them. They also accept alpacas from other locations to shear because shearing is a really complicated, it's kind of hard to do. The shears themselves are really sharp, so as you saw in the videos, it takes a lot of people. It's a big day, it's a big operation to shear the alpacas. So they do accept alpacas from other farmers as well in the location. While they were shearing, I talked to the lady who was doing the separation of the wool and just like the rough picking, splitting up different like wool lengths and different wool criterias, because it goes into different categories depending on where it is, if it has a really high micron or low micron, if it has like different categories, different colors, there's so many different things to split it up. So she was doing that and removing the really nasty bits, because there's some bits that just will not be worth it at all. She was kind of doing that first prep, and I was talking to her about if it was possible to purchase some of the wool that they were kind of prepping right there, and in the corner of my eye I saw this beautiful wool. This is almost like blue, it's so gray, and the little cute white tips. I immediately knew I wanted this one because all the other alpacas, the majority of them are brown or caramel color. I asked, would it be possible to buy the bag? Because she didn't want to split it. There was no way to split the fibers once they were bagged. She was like, you buy the full bag, because that's what the mill was going to buy. This one actually wasn't one of the farm's alpacas, if I remember correctly. This was some lady who brought her alpaca to be sheared. I had to go ask her if it was possible for me to buy this one from her, and clearly she said yes, because I have it now. But that is how I got this one. The full 600 grams of alpaca was it $50 or $70? I actually don't remember. It's been a little while now, and I don't have a receipt. Either way, it was either $50 or $70 for the full 600 grams of alpaca. On top of it, this was one of the only 2 baby alpacas that year. They didn't have that many baby alpacas to shear. So this is 100% baby alpaca wool. It has a beautiful long staple length. So the staple length is about 3 to 3.5 inches in length, which is a really good staple length for fiber prepping and spinning. So I've never spun with alpaca before or worked with alpaca before, so I'm really interested to see how all of this is going to prepare, how all of this is going to spin, because I'm going to have to card it, I'm going to have to wash it, I'm going to have to spin it. So this is a really big challenge for me. Now, I was actually fortunate enough to be there right after the alpaca had been sheared. So I do have footage of the little baby, and this is Nettle, and this is the alpaca which the fleece comes from. I love the fact that I got to see the alpaca in person. So this is Nettle. Now looking back, I wish I had asked more about Nettle and just their personality and how they are as an alpaca, but I feel like I have a little part of Nettle with me, and it is super cute. I mean, look how pretty this is. It's white and black and gray, and I'm so excited to see how this is all gonna spin up. Super excited. I'm also excited to see how it's gonna wash up, because I have a lot to do. So that was the only wool I had bought at the farm. After coming home and sharing to my Instagram that I was at the farm, Kensington Prairie Farm was so generous and so kind. They messaged me and were like, hey, if you want to come back, we will give you a fleece. We have this fleece of an alpaca, and it is a beautiful color. I don't remember the exact message. They did disclose to me that this wasn't the best alpaca that they had that year, but that it had a beautiful, stunning color. And I was really curious as to what it was. I didn't see the color of the fleece till I went to the farm. This time going back to the farm, it was surprisingly a rainy day. I mean, it is Vancouver, but I did really enjoy watching a duck have a little bath in a pond. So cute. We're in a puddle. Apparently alpacas really, especially if they're sheared, they don't like the rain and they really want to stay dry. So they were all hiding from the rain. And another fun fact that I learned is the black one on the end there. Apparently she's one of the oldest alpacas in the world at 28 years old. Crazy. I didn't see the color of the fleece till I went to the farm. Now this one, because it is a full alpaca fleece, it is a lot bigger. This is over 700 grams of, so this here is the color. I'm in love with this color. It's like a brown, but almost kind of caramelly. It has like a lot of warmth to it. I definitely would not be able to spin or knit these two colors together because one is really cool tone and this one is definitely a lot more warm tone, but it kind of does have like a really coffee espresso color to it that is rich and I love it. It's kind of like my brown hair, but a lot warmer and more kind of copper, almost ginger, but not like still brown. So this here is 700 grams of Bashir. Bashir was the name of the alpaca, and this is its wool. This one is a little bit shorter of a staple length, simply because they shear the alpacas every year. So this is just the length of the alpaca hair that grows in a year. There are regulations held in place that force farms to shear the alpacas every year because otherwise it would kind of be inhumane. The wool just gets really too big, it gets too warm, too heavy, especially in the summer. They have to shear them. It would, yeah, be inhumane to leave the wool to get longer just so that it could have a longer staple length. So this one here is about 2.5 to 3 inches. I have about an inch shorter in this wool. So Bashir is like an inch shorter than Nettle. So Bashir is going to be a little bit maybe harder to spin. I'm really interested to see how this all washes, cards up. Bashir is definitely a lot dirtier than Nettle. Now alpacas, one fun fact is that I don't need to wash this in super warm water. The wool is really soft already, and that is simply because they don't have lanolin. It's not like a wool, it's not like a sheep. So there's no oil that I'm gonna have to remove in the washing. The washing process is purely just to remove the dirt or remove the like sandy, like it is a little bit dusty. Alpacas actually love to roll around in the grass. They love to roll around in their hay, in their grass, in their bedding. They just really like to roll around. So they do tend to be really dirty fleece, but they don't have oil. So I won't have to get the lanolin out of this wool. It's already lanolin free. So I definitely can wash this in cold water. I don't have to wash this in an excruciatingly like 140 Fahrenheit water as I would with a normal wool. Alpaca still does felt, so definitely I will not be agitating this when I wash it, but I'm super excited to wash this, card it, and prep it. Wash and prep some wool, and then hopefully spin it and then knit it during the winter. So this in the end is a very first time experience. I'm super happy and I feel and I'm so thankful that the farm actually gave me Bashir. So that is my goal for this summer, to wash and start prepping all this wool. I'm really excited and I would love to maybe start spinning by winter or maybe start knitting if I get anything spun up. I don't know, this might be too big of an undertaking to say that I'm gonna knit something with all of this wool, but I'm really excited to get into this wool and wash it, just see what happens. I'm gonna try and document it and just share my journey with you guys if you guys are interested. If you want to know more about the farm, I will be linking it in the description box down below. And this wasn't a partnered situation or anything. This is just I actually really enjoyed my time there and they didn't ask for this like shout out or anything. I'm very much of an animal person. I love animals and have always loved animals, and going to the farm and seeing the whole farm life is just so warm for me, like feeling inside, and just being home now, having this wool and knowing the exact names of the alpacas and even knowing the exact alpaca that my wool comes from is very like warm and fuzzy for me inside, and it's very wholesome and it just makes me super happy. So definitely visiting the farm was a really pleasant thing for me. And I'm really curious now if you guys ended up going to the farm as well on their shearing day. Let me know in the comment section down below. A couple of you guys did stop me and say that you are avid watchers of this channel, and it's just so nice to run into you in like the real life public and not just hear from you in the comment section. It makes it so much more personal, this communication and this little community. So I hope you guys have a lovely, beautiful day. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!